Hey guys, how are you? This is Dr. Cosette. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to kind of come on in the room. Yes, come on in. And as you're coming in the room, make sure you introduce yourself. Let me know what it is that you do. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Because what I love about social media is that it allows us the opportunity to get social, to engage, to connect, and to collaborate. I have met so many amazing people on social media, and we've built successful relationships. And when we meet each other, it's like if we have known each other for years. So let me know where you're chiming in from. And if I say something that with you, please let me know by sharing some love. And if something just chuckles your soul, by all means, you can share or hit that emoji button that says that you are laughing, that laugh out loud emoji. All right. So, thank you guys for hopping on with me. My name is Dr. Cosette. For those of you who have never been introduced to me, you don't know who this woman is or where she popped up from. But yes, I am Dr. Cosette. I am America's #1 advisory accountant and tax expert. I help tax and accounting professionals grow highly successful virtue firms, multiple six-figure firms. I have been a multiple six-figure earner for about 13 years now, and that is my passion to help others do the same. I also do tax returns, tax planning, tax resolution, tax strategies, as well as an accountant. That's what I did for 20 years. All right. So today, yes, on today, I want to talk about an article that I stumbled across the other day, and they were talking about Microsoft employees. Microsoft has decided to allow their employees to work from home permanently. Now, I would have loved that to work from home permanently when I was in corporate America, but that was not the case back then. So if you work from home, I want you to put a 1 in the thread there. If you are an employee, meaning you go to work for someone, you clock in or you sit at a desk and they pay you a paycheck and you get what we call a form W-2 at the end of the year, then I want for you to put a 1 in the thread. Yes, if you work from home, but you're an employee, not self-employed, you are an employee, then I want you to put a thread in the box right there. And not only do I want you to put a 1 in the thread, tell us what you do at that job. Tell us what you do and if you even enjoy it. Let's go there. Put a 1 if you work and you get a W-2. Tell us what you do and if you enjoy it. All right, let's have some fun here. So anyway, on the serious side, I read an article the other day that Microsoft, and we all know Microsoft because we've used their product. We've used Office, we used Excel, we use Word, and any other products that they have for the consumer, we have used them. But they are giving their employees the privilege and opportunity to work from home permanently. That's great. I love it because, like I said a few seconds ago, if I worked from home years ago, I would have loved it. But the one thing that I do know is that if I worked from home years ago, I would have been in a position to write off those employer related expenses on my tax return. But guess what? In 2017, a law was passed that took away that opportunity for employees to write off employer related expenses on their tax return. So I'm just curious what the government is going to do with this since we are in a pandemic and most employees are working from home. Are they going to change the tax law? Are they going to change the tax law so that employees who are working from home permanently or on a temporary basis can write off expenses such as the gas, the light, electricity? You know, if you had to go out and buy a desk, if you had to go out and buy a computer, if you had to go out and buy anything as it relates to the job. I wonder if the tax law is going to change, which will allow employees to write these expenses off. Otherwise, I'm assuming that the employer will require the employees to turn in a reimbursement form every month to be reimbursed. Now, that can get costly for employers. And right now, there's no true tax saving except for them to write it off as a business expense. But what about the employee? If the employer chooses not to reimburse the employee, then the employee is SOL. Because that tax is that privilege or that credit, that deduction is no longer available to the taxpayer on their tax return. Think about it. If your employer is requiring you to work from home and they are not reimbursing you, then you need to raise your hand. You need to ask your employer, is there some way that they can implement a plan, change the policy for the employees that are working from home? Now, I hope and pray that Microsoft is either reimbursing their employees, and I'm sure they are. They are a large organization. They are a large corporation, and I would think that they are doing the right thing for the employees in reimbursing them. Okay? So, I've talked to you guys about the tax situation. I've talked to you about working from home. I love working from home. I love the freedom. I love the flexibility because I am self-employed. I am a self-employed individual that has a virtue tax firm, a highly profitable virtue tax firm, where I'm able to write off a lot of expenses because I work from home. If you are remotely thinking about starting a business, starting a tax firm, starting an accounting firm where you can work from home and be in a position to write off your electricity, to write off your gas bill, to write off the overhead that you incur because you are working from home, then I welcome a conversation with you. You see, what I do know is that we are in a pandemic. As a tax and accounting individual, we are considered essential employees, essential businesses, where a lot of people need us. A lot of people need our services. So in times such as this, when we are in a recession, unemployment is at its all-time high, we're still able to successfully grow, successfully build, and successfully work from home and write off the expenses without the IRS saying, no, that has been taken away from us. That credit has been taken away from us. If you have remotely thought about, I need to do something different, I need to start something so that I have plan B, then I encourage you to click the link below so that we can set up a discovery session and see if you are an ideal client for me, an ideal client for me to work with to help you start and grow a successful, profitable virtue tax firm, virtue accounting firm. You see, what I do know is that nothing is easy, but it's worth it. Nothing is easy, but it's definitely worth it. If you are an employee, you already work from home. You can't write off those deductions, but you so have this desire in you to get away from that corporate job and work from home permanently and write off all the tax deductions. I want to have a conversation with you. All right. So click the link below if you desire to start a profitable tax and accounting firm working from home where you're eligible to write off the tax deductions. All right, I want to talk to you. In the meantime, I want you to go on out there, have an awesome and amazing day, and I can't wait to catch you on my next live. Have a great one.